Marianne Williamson. Hi.
Hey, how are you doing, guys?
Good, you?
Good to see you.
Thank you so much for joining again. And this is Jack Allison.
Hi.
Wonderful
Good to see you, Marianne. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
And always great to be with you, Katie.
Thank you. How are you? What was the People's Convention like?
I thought it was wonderful, actually. There was more truth-telling on that Zoom convention than in either major convention. Things that everybody's talking about that weren't talked about at those conventions. And I thought it was really quite profound. I was very impressed and touched by it. It was a lot of very sincere sharing about very real things. You know, I use the image of an alcoholic family where kids are feeling something's not right, mommy and daddy, they don't really say what's going on here. And that's how the whole country is. Like, the political parties aren't really speaking to what is most deeply true for people. And so much agitation emerges from that. And that's what this convention did. They talked about what's deeply true. And I'm a big fan of those guys and what they did. And I was honored to be part of it.
It seems like there are people who are saying vote Biden, like you are. There are people who are saying don't vote for either one. I think it's nice to see those two groups not just like shout past each other.
Yeah, it really wasn't. It wasn't really about whether or not you were voting for Biden. Some people expressed their preference one way or the other, and some people didn't. But that wasn't a major theme. The major theme, in fact, I thought they treated it with maybe more kid gloves than it needed, which was everybody vote your conscience, you know.
Right. Honestly, there's so much shaming of by both sides. So I'm glad that there could be a place where people who are known for their positions could all be, despite having different ones.
Although sometimes somebody's just expressing their opinion and then somebody else says you're shaming. Well, if I say something and you feel ashamed, that doesn't mean I shamed you. So
no, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying, it's like noticing that Biden is doing bad doesn't mean that I wish he's doing bad. You know what I mean? Like noticing that the DNC is bad.
Right. Yes. Yes. I mean, that's a real, and you, Marianne, we were talking earlier about your tweet going viral because it spoke to something clearly. You pointed out that the DNC felt like a 4-hour Marriott commercial, I believe.
Binge watching a Marriott commercial.
Yeah, binge watching, right? Exactly. And it just like beyond like forget your position. I mean, the idea that being critical of the Dems, or the idea that taking Trump seriously as a threat is somehow pro-Trump when it couldn't be any further from the truth. It's literally required to take him seriously as a threat.
Absolutely. I think somebody in the Biden campaign is in serious denial if they think that the Republican convention did not crush us. Yeah. I want Biden to win very, very much, not because I think he's going to solve our problems, but because I think he's going to be a pause in the action. And what we have now, as horrible as it is, this is Trump holding back. You give him another term, there will be nothing holding him back. And so I think for me, it's imperative that we break that trajectory. And I don't think it's going well. So what I was talking about today is not meant negatively, it's meant positively. I think that somebody needs to tell the Biden campaign how sophomoric their tweets are.
Right.
Fire your copywriter, fire your strategist. You know, one thing about the Republican convention, which I thought was evil genius, they played very genuine, heartfelt notes wrapped up with these horrible lies. But they did touch. It's like I said, it's one of the evil genius. And when I was running, I said often, in fact, I think every campaign stop I did, was that there are situations in life, and this is one of them, where the safe choice is the most dangerous way you could possibly go. That Trump is not just a politician; he's a phenomenon, and you have to vibrate at the same energetic level. And this kind of politics, this kind of democratic politics, 1990s, is like, what are you guys thinking? The only way to defeat outrageous lies is you better start telling them some outrageous truth. And this playing safe thing, and one of the things about the Republican convention that was extraordinary to me and extraordinarily absent in the Democrats is they talked policy. Can you believe it? With lies?
Well, yeah, no.
The copies were very serious. There was no policy. And for me, it was interesting because you know, I wrote a book called Healing the Soul of America. So they've taken all this healing the soul of America and love, but they're like a caricature that was made of who I was, but I never was. Policy. You know, you can't just talk about healing the soul of America.
Right.
Their policy too.
Right. The other thing I thought was missing at the Democratic convention that just is really amazing to me is that the Republicans prosecuted a case against Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody prosecuted a case. Here we've got Kamala Harris, who is a prosecutor. We've seen how she can do it in those congressional hearings.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone prosecute a case against this man. Just to say this is about compassion. I mean, I'm not that. You know, what is that? So
really funny,
this is destructive, but they missed the chance with the convention. They need to start now. They need. How is it possible that the Lincoln Project has better ads than the Biden campaign does? Make them real, and then get them all over social media. Or God help them.